Good morning. Ellie, what's going on?
Everybody in the picture. Looks good, looks great. The Real Kindness Podcast. Be kind. I got my Just One Chesed hat back on.
I am wearing my Just One Chesed Yachad Nenatzach, Yachad Im Hashem Nenatzach. Today is
Spare chair over there in my video.
Daled Tammuz.
Who's our next special guest?
I don't know yet. I gotta talk to him first.
Yeah.
I don't wanna make any commitments for him. Daled Tammuz, what's today? July 10th?
July the 10th.
July the 10th. Today is renewing our efforts for our holy soldiers.
Yes, holy soldiers. He added the holy part.
Yeah, they're the holiest thing in the world. I mean, I tell them this all the time. I had the scoop this past Sunday night with a shout out to Talia Eisen and her family, and her husband Eitan and their kids.
Eitan.
To Israel 365.
Yes,
they've done a tremendous amount of work. They do a tremendous amount of things. I had the scoop of helping them put together a barbecue for our soldiers on Sunday nights in Motzav Adoraim.
Yeah.
And I tell the soldiers the same thing every time. They are mamash malachei hasharet. They're the angels of the Kodosh Baruch Hu, and it's our responsibility simply to spoil them, to do whatever we can, to give them chizuk, and do whatever we can to do to make them feel good, make them feel better, so they can continue fighting the holiest fight of the world, which we spoke about in one of our first podcasts.
Correct.
Is that eradicating evil from this world. And I just wish and I pray and I hope that our leadership in the upper military and in our government had a little bit of the holiness that these soldiers who are out there on the battlefield, like BORUCH YITZCHAK ben MASHA, because BORUCH will protect him. Amen. And all Chayalei Tzvah.
What Avi said last week, everyone should check out Avi Abalai's special guest, our first guest episode, and Baruch Hashem, people have been watching it, getting some feedback, positive, and he mentioned that it's about the individuals, which is a very important concept, that the individuals, that means each one of you listening, it's very real to each person, can be the change, can make the impact. It's not just about leadership like it was in the old days. Now it's about us doing something down here in our sphere of influence. I
just got a note from Noam Lefter. It's DJ Noam. By the way, this guy, he's in Miloim.
Yes,
and this guy is such a rock star. He really is. He's awesome. He's one of those guys that always has a smile on his face, and he's always doing everything. He's a chayal. He's in Miluim, and he's always smiling. He's always singing. It's awesome. So Noam, big shout out to you. Thank you so much for being your awesome self. We were talking about singing a song, right?
Yeah, we didn't really get a decision yet.
Yeah, I think we'll go with
people
what you
can always
suggested.
Send in. What did I suggest?
What would you like to hear? God help us.
You remember my suggestion.
I do. I pay attention. So my wife says it all the time. You said you don't pay. I'm like, I do pay attention.
Yeah, there's all these reels now, like a couple reels that I forward to my wife every time. She forwards to me. Sometimes a bit too much, but and it's very funny because it like really gets like the husband's like the new one going a bit viral is like Biden, obviously, being how he is, like not really there.
A potato, a mashed potato.
The elderly abuse going on over there in the Democrats. So the idea that he's not getting anything, and then this is like what it's been like in a relationship for like 20 years. He didn't hear what his wife said. He's like the example, not happening. But anyway,
I learned something very cool and great when it actually comes to that. When you're right, like listen, men and women are obviously very, very different, and we're going on a tangent, but I think this is important.
Yeah, relationship flow, shout out. You can check out. We talk about that here.
We're very, very different, and at the end of the day, we as men are more problem solving. That's
solution based.
Right. We want to find
logic, rational.
I wouldn't go that far, but we wanna find a problem we wanna find a solution to your problem. Right? So when your wife comes to you and she just sits down and she starts kvetching or just telling her about your day. So like I literally, when Lillian comes and she sits down, Mama Lil's, shout out to Mama Lil's.
She's sharing. My soulmate is sharing.
When she comes to me, I ask her, are you looking to vent or are you looking for a solution? And I find it to be easier.
Change that one word, vent. Are you looking to share? Because that makes it, because then they already feel like they're already being said that they're moans, and they don't want to feel like that.
No, okay, fine.
There's always a way to improve our language. It's about Rebbe's week in Yotzak.
I'm a Makabel.
Everything, every word he used was exact, like in its positivity and impact.
So, are you here to share, or are you here to find a solution to your problem? And I find it to be a lot more, just a lot easier. It makes life a lot easier. Because this way, you know, she wants to be heard, and she wants to let you know about her day or whatever happened, or we have a problem, we need to fix it, and I think that's awesome. But
that's good. That communication point is important. And on that note, we're going to sing a song from someone who has impacted the Jewish music world. And you know, right now there's a lot of new music coming out. I just want to mention it, like people like Alex Clare and Matisiol have been doing a lot of stuff. And
Akiva.
It's amazing to see. Yeah, Akiva's new album is awesome. Matisiol suddenly come back so strong. Like he is an example of someone who renewed the fight. Like he's literally turned around. And some of the people I knew that came through the door through Matisiol's inspiration back in the day, I've seen them now. They were just by the oil and they're having insurance, you know. So every neshama has an impact. So Matisiol, shout out to you. Keep going strong. Renewal, and he's an example of renewal right now. And there's many others as well. But the song that really took over the world back in the day, and was when I first started working with this in black, was Hashem Malach. But the original version was Galava, so I'm going to sing his version.
Yeah.
To shout out.
Okay.
Let's go.
Hallel Hashem Elokim, Ve'agadlenu v'toda. Hallel Hashem Elokim, Ve'agadlenu v'toda. Yud ve'hei ve'vav ve'hei, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Yud ve'hei ve'vav ve'hei, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed. Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed. Hashem Melech.
Yeah, he was the king.
Hashem Melech.
He is the king now.
Hashem Malach.
He's going to be the king.
Yeah, you got it backwards, brother. Hashem Melech. He is now. Hashem Malach. He was.
Oh, he was. Sorry.
Hashem Yimloch Le'olam Va'ed.
The main point is it's present, past, future. Wherever you go, Hashem is the king.
And by the way, when you say Shema Yisrael, every time you say Shema Yisrael, when you're saying Adnut, when you're saying Shema Yisrael Hashem, right? Your kavana should be Haya Hoveh V'yeh, right? That's Hashem Melech. No, that's a little backwards there. Whatever. But yeah, it should be Haya. It was.
This is how we got to live
Hoveh.
in a real way, and that's one of the things I want to talk about, like very strong, is renewal in our fight. Because Hashem's constantly renewing creation all the time, also massive gracious, all the time, renewal.
Every day.
And all the Siddiqim, when you connect to them, especially this week, Yom Time has become everyone's been on fire this year, more than ever, 30 years. My old Lamed is 30. The idea that immediately, he's always pushing forth a big change in the world of Rebbe, and I was just writing about it last night in my book, United Souls, about how the impact, and there's only so much I can write, but it was overwhelming. I had to stop. I had to close the computer because you keep going on about his impact. And so the BORUCH Rebbe was totally one of the things about renewal, constant renewal, work, and mission focus. And there never seemed to be a chofish like the summer months. So people are, thinking about the summer holidays, us included. We all need a bit of a break and renewal. But the point is, it's renewal for the sake of what? Coming back stronger.
That's right.
Now, the Rebbe didn't even need that. Maybe his renewal was more going to the oil, or no, he was like.
The Rebbe was Malach Elokim.
So, but nevertheless, it should impact us a little bit. But even say, as this is what I said when I spoke Shabbos before Misa in Shot David, I mentioned that we have the power to keep sharing and impacting our audience and our sphere of influence and our friends and our loved ones, even when we're by the swimming pool, even when we're in a chilled moment and we're with the family, everyone's in a good space. Right then you have a choice. What do you share? What do you like? What do you impact online? We're all doing it all the time. Now, the point is, if we like that silly post about Biden with his, and that whole thing we mentioned before, which is, I don't like those posts. I just, share them with my wife just as a couples thing. But I don't share them publicly. I just think they're silly. But the point, there's a point to it, but the real point is to share content that makes a difference and makes an impact. Like so many examples. Like recently, people sharing videos of just about the singing, the energy they had, or the chorus of Tov, like Asher Weiss or Asher Weiss. I just shared the chorus of Tov that his specific community are having towards the soldiers, or he's trying to give over. That they need to appreciate, especially the ones who've gone through so much trauma and have come out with life-changing injuries from this war and lost loved ones. And even like when I was looking to take my son away, because when we get BORUCH YITZCHAK, when we need to get into a bit of recovery, he phoned us last night, just out of Gaza, middle of the night. Don't know when he's coming out, we don't know anything. All we know that he has a mission to do, and we heard yesterday that the mission was accomplished by 101 and the 98th Brigade, and they did what they had to do, uncover a whole bunch of new tunnels in Sajir, that maybe they're old tunnels, but new ones for us to know where they are. And they did their mission, they accomplished it, they got rid of a lot of terrorists, houses.
I also heard that one of those tunnels had like branched out into a whole different areas as well. It's just
there's so much to do.
It's so insane that it's been 9 months and we're still finding new tunnels.
Yeah, and another point I have to say is the renewal on our side is even more needed, because why? What's happened to Hamas and Machshamam and Hezbollah and Machshamam? They're renewing their armaments. My son's seen with his own eyes. Their guns have improved, their rockets have improved, their grenades have improved, their strategies have improved. They are improving. They knocked out a very strong unit that was in the house next door to my son. My son was shooting through the window at what was going on over there. And unfortunately, the Hamas, they took out one of his close friends. He became closer than Jabalia. They were months together, and he's now, Hashem Yazor, he's like in the higher worlds, in the highest of places. And my family had the merit to go to Menachem Oval and the Shiva house this week, and the soldiers tomorrow are going to be Menachem Oval for this unit. That's part of the reason they're out, to go to Menachem Oval before the Shiva's over. Well, their close friend, a young, beautiful, as you said, a holy soldier. And there's so much needed for renewal when our enemies are renewing. As it says in the Torah all the time, the YITZCHAK is also renewing its strategies all day, every day. And that's the
especially now during the summer months, they're renewing physically, and we need to renew spiritually.
That's it. That's the point.
Right?
But that means physical action, though, like kindness, supporting
kindness, learning Torah,
helping the soldiers feel loved, like you said.
Absolutely.
And supporting and not feel forgotten about. That the war's already,
Bezat Hashem today, right after here, I'm going to Pizzeria Efrat, who's one of our 3 participating restaurants in Meals for Heroes. Again, I have Talia Eisen coming, a good friend of hers, Sam Kramer. Shout out to her and her family. They're coming. They're making pizzas, and we're going to go to the base. We're going to give it to the soldiers, tell them how much we love them, show them how much we love them. Right. And it has to continue. They need the strength. They need to know that we're still 100% behind them. And the only way to do that is by action and showing them. And
not just the parents of soldiers, and not just one chesed people like
everybody has the ability to help, whether it's sponsoring a meal for them.
Or supporting the organizations and the people who are connected to the soldiers, or even better, getting in touch with the soldiers themselves. Some people have done that through me. They've got in touch with my son when he's, has the headspace for it. And it's been machazek. Like Charles, when he was here, shout out to Zoe Shimshon, he gave a lot of chizuk to my son. He made time every so on. And he talked to me. I got a little video of it, one moment of it, and he gave a lot of chizuk. He gave time to speak to my son. And Shlomo, every time he's seen my son, he's given him another bracha, another blessing. The Siddiqim are praying for our children, like our soldiers. We need to join together, more achdus, more unity. It needs to be proactive. It's not enough for us just to be complacent and to talk about politics. That's a waste of time. We actually need to do something, and that means activism. Like we're seeing from Just One Chesed, and what we're seeing from organizations who are pushing forth the right message, the truth message, the truth focus. That's going to change the agenda in the world and change the whole narrative out there. People like Douglas Murray support his commentary, or Avi Abelo, or doesn't matter.
Michael Rappaport.
Religious, not religious, doesn't make a difference. Support their message because they're saying the truth. Even Masaba Yosef, he's been amazing, or that Yosef
Yosef Haddad.
These guys.
Oh my God, unbelievable. He goes out there and he just debunks all of their garbage because he knows
support
the truth.
their message without getting involved with all the back and forths and trying to you yourself become like another one of these guys.
Yishai Fleischer
was just on Piers Morgan.
example.
By the way, UIP
Phenomenal.
bookings.
You gotta see
I'm
that.
representing him now as a new speaker in my booking,
Sure.
and I even had a request last night from Boston. They want to host them. So
Amazing.
people out there want to reach out to these kind of inspirational people. I can get hold of them, or I'm actually representing Avi Below, Yishai Fleischer. You could always get Yosef out there. He'd be in America in a few weeks. In L time or Nechamot.
Right after this, I'm heading out. August 20th to September 8th. I'm heading out to New York, New Jersey,
so shout out to
Pennsylvania,
Yosef.
Northeast.
Bring him to your community. He can share personal stories.
If anybody wants to have me, Bezrat Hashem, I'd be more than happy to speak about what Just One Chesed is doing as a whole. I'm coming on a fundraising trip, Bezrat Hashem, and we need help.
And we're going to do another live. We'll do another live for this
Bezrat
podcast.
Hashem.
We're going to keep this going. Even when Yosef Aaron's away next week a little bit, we'll do a live hopefully then if we can make it happen. Even if it's short, 5-10 minutes. Last one actually did pretty good. So the idea
You know what?
is,
I have a phenomenal idea.
Yeah.
I know who we can get a guest on next week.
In Netanya?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you want us to leave it as a surprise?
Yeah. Let me speak to them first.
Okay, amazing.
Let me speak to them first.
I've got my father-in-law up there. I don't know. He's a pretty private guy.
I have an idea. There are two people that I might actually be able to. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, we were talking about renewal, and right, there's this song that Shalom Arush sings all the time. MASHA Haya Haya, right?
Connects into what we were saying.
Exactly. We're saying about renewal. It's not just renewal every month or every week or every year.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people that Gimel Tammuz they do cheshbon and everything. They make achlatot.
Yeah.
They call it achlata, right? We have the ability to renew ourselves every second of every minute of every hour of every day. And that's the greatest thing about the tzaddikim. They were able to do that. What's the saying? Nofel sheva pa'amim v'kamo, right? Sheva pa'amim v'pol tzaddik.
And it's funny because it's Rosh Hashanah, Amalek. Because Amalek are trying to
prevent us from getting up.
Yeah, they want to say
Absolutely.
that, oh, you're down, like, you know, that Israel's finished, go for a bit. Opposite. We get up, and it's not just getting up, how quick you get up. Gedalia always says that, how quick you get up. And I just want to add in one more point. The Daf Yomi, Min Hashemayim, I don't know if anyone learns it, but Eli Stefanski's been pushing strong.
Amazing.
The growing the Daf Yomi big time, getting the light of Torah out there through a community focus, not just learning, but the chesed involved also there. And you see the kindness, and you see the fact that the Daf is right now, yesterday's Daf Yadalit, and Baba Bas was talking about the luchas that were broken. This is this time of year where there's a broken heart. Rabbi Nachman says, I've just been learning to my own, you can check it out, Unity 4 podcast. The broken heart that we all walk around with, this represents the broken nucleus. But where are they put? With the Esadibris, they're put with the second Esadibris. In Aharon Kodoshim, in the holiest of holy places, they're put in Aharon. And the Gemara is talking about, and even Moshe Rabbeinu, it said that when he broke them, Shabbat, he says, Yashakachacham. Well done. When we say Yashakach, that's like a messed up version of Shachachacham. Yeah, you did the right thing, Moshe Rabbeinu, because breaking those lukas gave us ability, to get back up and to do tshuva and to return. And that's the example of Am Yisrael, that we're having our ups and downs. That's meant to be, that's part of our essence. And the up and the down go together in the holiest of holy places. The up is the second lukas, but the down is the broken lukas. The broken heart goes together with the fixing of the heart and the healing of the heart. And that's my plan this weekend, to support my son fully and give him a recovery experience by the sea, and just allow him, well, please God, we'll be back to a fat again, but it's always about uplifting. But sometimes we just need to change the flow,
of course,
and just give him that opportunity.
Sometimes change is good. I think
that's part of the holiday balance. You know, everyone needs a holiday, but like just do it with a little bit more mindfulness.
For those who are not British, it means vacation. I think we end today's podcast with MASHA Haya Haya.
Do it, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
MASHA Haya Haya, העיקר להתחיל מההתחלה. MASHA Haya Haya, העיקר להתחיל מההתחלה. אבא תחדש אותי לגמרי, תדליק לי את הנשמה. אבא תחדש אותי לגמרי, תדליק לי את הנשמה. MASHA היה היה, העיקר להתחיל מההתחלה. MASHA היה היה, העיקר להתחיל מההתחלה, איי איי איי, אבא תחדש אותי לגמרי, תדליק לי את הנשמה. אבא תחדש אותי לגמרי, תדליק לי את הנשמה.
So reach out. You've got the Just One Chesed link.
We love you guys.
Unity projects, make it
Let
big.
us know what chesed you're doing to inspire us.
We want to hear feedback.
Let us know what
Put it
songs you
underneath.
want us to see.
DM
to sing.
us. Share it. Share this video.
Share this with
on
everybody. We
your
have to
right
get the
chesed you do.
positivity out there and renewal.
Renewal.
We love you guys.
Love you too.